is multiplying and dividing mixed numbers. Okay, today's date is March 4th. All right. Now, question, we're going to take a vote. Okay, does 2 1/2 times 3 1/2 equal 6 1/4? You may not figure it out. You have to think about it mentally. 2 1/2 times 3 1/2 equals 6 1/4. Raise your hand if you think yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 kids say yes. Who says no? 4 kids say no. Okay, well remember, it doesn't matter. We'll investigate now and see what the true answer is. Is it 6 1/4 or is it something different? In order to do that, let's start with 2 times 3. Who can tell me a sentence of what does 2 times 3 mean? Isabel?
2 times 3 means 2 groups of 3.
2 groups of 3. Good. So I have one group of 3, and here's a second group of 3, and all together, kids, that makes
6.
very good. Okay, 2 groups of 3 is 2 groups of 3, which is 6. So what do you think we could write down as a sentence for 2 1/2 times 3 1/2? Brian.
2 1/2 groups of 3 1/2.
2 1/2 groups of 3 1/2. Okay, well, here's one group of 3 1/2. And make like a half circle. Oh, man. Okay, so there's one group. Then you have a second group. And I don't want 3 groups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross off. And you can either cross it off or just draw yours this way, where you have a half of a group. And I'm just going to scribble out my bottom half. Well, what does that give us? Is it 6 1/4? No. Let's go back up here for a second to the 2 groups. 2 groups of 3 1/2 makes how much, kids? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 halves is 7. So 2 groups of 3 1/2 has already exceeded our 6 1/4, hasn't it? All right. So now what do we have if we put all of it together? All of it together. Ananya? 8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 1/2, 8, 8 1/2. And what's this? A quarter. So it's 8 and 3/4. Very good. So you can see our answer is much bigger than just 2 times 3 is 6, and 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. And this is a rule that I want you to write down. Write this down. Must use improper fractions. Must use improper fractions when multiplying and dividing mixed numbers. So, like we said, our new first step is improper fractions first. So, who can tell me improper fraction for 4 and 2 sevenths? Ananya. 30 over 7. Times what? Times what? 2 and 2/3. Isabel.
Times 8/3.
8/3. Good. What should I do next, Olivia?
Should simplify 3
Good. 3 becomes?
1.
30 becomes? Good. 10 times 8, everybody, is? 80 over? 87. So we can reduce that to a mixed number and write it underneath. Michael H.
11 and 3/7.
Good. 11 and 3/7. And don't write it over here. Under. Thank you. Okay, now, before we multiply the reciprocal, we have division in example 2. Our new first step is change everything to improper fraction. So, 5 and 5 6 becomes what, Cormac?
35 over 6.
35 over 6. Divided by 3 and 3/4, Jana, which is 15 over 4. Okay, now in the next step, we're gonna multiply the reciprocal. What do you think happens to kids who try to do this step in proper fractions and times reciprocal in the same step? What do you think happens to them?
Do something wrong.
Yeah, it's too great of a chance to make an error, okay? So we're going to rewrite times the reciprocal in a new step. What's the new step, or what's the next line going to say, Jamie?
35 over 6 times 4.
Good. All right, simplify. 4 becomes,
2,
6 becomes,
3,
15 becomes,
3,
35 becomes,
7,
7 times 2,
14,
3 times 3.
9,
14 ninths is 1 and
5 times.
very good. Go.